Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, the 20th of August, 2011, and I'm going to talk about Code 96 and another way you can gain secure party status. And this is something that I've heard about some time back, and I spoke with this one lady, which I can no longer get in contact with. I hope she's okay. But she was telling me a certain way on how to get your bills paid by using Code 96 here in the United States. So yesterday, by chance, in one of the Yahoo groups that I participate in. It's a A4V Yahoo group, and this lady had posted a thread about using Code 96 and how to go about getting it. And as she was posting on the thread, it looked very familiar to what this one lady was telling me and how to go about it. Now, this one lady that I met sometime last year, she only gave me a few steps of the process, and after that, it was like after Christmas, I was never able to reestablish contact with her. No matter if I called her or I emailed her, I was never able to reach her. But this lady just yesterday was posting stuff about it, and I asked her if she can give me the steps, because I believe that she and I both know the same lady, although she didn't mention it whether it was a man or a woman that gave her this information. She just labeled her as a client, a former client of hers. So she sent it to everyone in the group, the notes. So I'm going to read the list. I'm going to also scan it and as a JPG and upload it and turn this audio into a video and put it on my YouTube channel. But this is what she says. I copied and pasted it onto a Microsoft Word document, so I'm reading it off of that. It says, "Hi everybody, sorry this took so long, but I went through all my notes, got it all organized, so here they are. Just please try to remember. I'm not stating everything is factual. Some of it I have researched, but most of it I just haven't had the time yet. I haven't tried much of the process yet either. I wanted to research all of it very thoroughly before doing it, so I make no guarantees. Info purposes only." So, and this is just for educational purposes. And she goes on to say, "List of forms you will need: a certified copy of your birth certificate. If you go by another name, such as a married name, you must change your name at the Social Security office to match your birth certificate name." She said this was crucial that your names match. You were going to need an affidavit of reservation of rights, UCC 1-303/1-207, a UCC 1 financing statement, a basic power of attorney form. Google this and download it. An Ohio state name registration form. No matter what state you live in, there is a reason for this. It must be Ohio. Get from the site of Ohio website. Get it from the state of Ohio website. I'm sorry, there's a typo here. A Secretary of State, Kentucky trademark form. No matter what state you live in, there is a reason for this. You can get this form from the state of Kentucky Secretary of State website. A commercial security agreement. You can also Google this and download it. If anyone has difficulty with the affidavit of reservation of rights, UCC 1-303/1207 form, I can post a form for you later. I had a really hard time finding that one on Google. I remember. Okay, step 1, how to get your birth certificate bond number. Your birth certificate is a bill of lading. Get a post office box at your local post office. Doesn't cost much. She's right, because I had one. It doesn't really cost that much. Number 2, using a number 10 size envelope, print your name in the form area. Using the number 10 size envelope, print your name in the from area in all capital letters. Just below your name there, write the name of the hospital you were born in, and just under that, write the hospital's address. On the same envelope in the to area, write address, the letter to your name in lowercase letters, and your P.O. Box address. Only instead of writing P.O. Box number 12345 or whatever your P.O. Box number is, you would write suite number 12345 or whatever your post office box number. So you don't put P.O. Box, put suite and then your box number on there. Write that. Why that is important, I don't know. She just said that was really important. 3, take this empty envelope, or you can put in a blank sheet of paper if you like. You just address to the post office, mail it with registered mail form 3806 only. Has to be this form. So it only has to be a 3806 form. If your post office gives you trouble or denies having it, ask for the master post office. They will give it to you. It will more than likely be out. It will more than likely not be out with the forms. You will have to ask for it. Accept no other form of registered mail. Only this form will work. Keep the receipt and keep it with the letter in the mail you get back. Once you get the letter back, your bond number is good and you can use it. There will be a number in red ink on the receipt and on the letter you get back. Memorize this number and keep it in a safe place. Why she told me this? What she told me was, by sending this envelope, you are showing that you were being used by your federal hospital. You cannot open a letter. Why, I don't know. With this process, you're basically doing a federal corporate takeover of your capital letter name. Your bond number makes you the private owner of the capital letter name. Okay. Well, she's got a lot of typos in this, so you would have to bear with me. Now, step 2, get your name registration. This together with your trademark. With the trademark, you will be doing gets rid of your straw man. 1, Google Ohio state name registration. You can fill this line out. You can fill this outline. Hold on, let me reread this. You can fill this out online. I'm sorry. It will ask if you want the expedited service, but you can check no because it really isn't needed. Check the number 1 box, trade name, with your birth date. The filing fee is $50 unless it has gone up. Where it asks for the name being registered, write your full name in all capital letters. It will ask for the same of the registrant above. Here you will write in all caps your full name again. It will then ask for your business address. For this, you have to write your P.O. Box number, but again, you will write suite number, not P.O. Box number, as they don't accept P.O. Box addresses. After the suite number, write your birth hospital name and address. I know this sounds odd, but that's what she said. The second page of this form, in the top box, all you fill out in this box is on the last line where it says the nature of the business conducted by the registrant under the trade name is. This is where you will write the following: pledged birth certificate funding United States of America. That's my cell phone. Below this box will be a larger box. Leave it blank as it doesn't apply to you. Print out the form now, because next you will be signing it. Near the bottom of the page where it says required, write by, BY, capital letters, and sign your name. And after you sign, within the same box you write UCC1-308/UCC1-207, and then it has the number 27 in parentheses next to that. Under Your signature, you write without prejudice 1746 with 1 in parentheses. You will have to write small to get all this in that little box. In the next in the box next to this one, write the date, leave the rest of the form blank. Step 3, get your trademark. Go to the Secretary of State of Kentucky website. Doesn't matter what state you live in, this must be done in the state of Kentucky. Download and print this form, trademark, service mark application. Here is how to fill it out. Line 1, check the box marked corporation. Line 2, check the box marked trademark registration. Line 3, your name in all capital letters. Line 4, write your suite number. That's your P.O. Box number. But write suite, not P.O. Box. Then write your birth hospital name, your birth hospital address. Line 5, write Ohio. Doesn't matter what state you live in, write Ohio. Line 6, number 6, leave blank. Line 7, there is some way to look up your birth certificate online through a YouTube video. She doesn't say what's the title of the YouTube video. Find out what kind of business your birth certificate corporation is and write everything related to the business, to that business you can think of. For instance, if your birth certificate corporation is in the military industrial complex, you write things like equipment, military supplies, weapons, machinery, ammunition, uniforms, contacts and contracts, computers, websites, etc. Line 8, write an envelope. Write an envelope, name, registration, and birth certificate. Line 9, write class, whatever class number of stuff, depending on what sort of corporation your birth certificate is. The list is on the last page of this form. Line 10, A, write the state of your birth and your birth year, and your birth year in. So I guess in line 10 there's a A and B section. So in section A, you would write the state of your birth and your birth year in. I guess as the year you were born. And then in the B section in line 10, it says write unknown at this time line. At this time. Line number 11, write your full capital letter name. Line 12, write not applicable. Next, where it says I am, on that line you will write your name in all caps and after write debtor in parentheses. Secure party, write your name in all caps again. After your name, write UCC 1-308/UCC1-207 and the number 27 in parentheses again. Then on the signature line below, you will put by in capital letters and sign your name. Under your signature, you will write without prejudice 1746, the number 1 in parentheses, and under that you write CEO. She said to sign in purple ink, as that is the color of royalty. Everything else can be black, but signatures should be purple. On the second page of this form, you will type out your full capital letter name 3 times in 3 different fonts, but all caps. Okay, I get that. In the big box below that, you will check the original signed and notarized application drawing page. 3 specimens showing actual use of the mark and application processing fee. Now take it somewhere to get it notarized and mail it. The mailing address is on the 3rd page of the form. Excuse me. Okay, now step 5, fill out your UCC1 form. Go to the Kentucky Secretary of State website and look for the UCC1 form and download that. Where the from says debtor's full name, full exact name, you write your name in all caps. Where it wants your address, use your P.O. Box address. Again, using suite number instead of the word P.O. Box. Leave section 2 blank. In section 3, write again everything identical as in the first section. She told me the first page is all you need to have notarized and mailed back. Use the Secretary of State of Kentucky address you used for the trademark form. Oh, okay. So that's who you send it back to. Alright, to the same address where you had just filled out your trademark form in the state of Kentucky. That's where you would send your UCC1 in. Okay. Number 2, after you have gotten it notarized and mailed, write a letter to Secretary of State Timothy Geithner. But Timothy Geithner isn't the Secretary of State. He is the Secretary of Treasury. She said his address should be easy to find on the internet. In this letter, you will write to Timothy Geithner, Secretary of State. She has state here, so I'm just reading what she wrote. But we all know that Timothy Geithner is the Treasury, Secretary of Treasury, or the Treasury Secretary. I can't remember, etc. Then write from your name written like Mary -L : Doe for Mary Louise Doe. Okay. Then you write, Dear Timothy Geithner, I, Mary L. Doe, with the hyphen and the colon, am officially notifying you on this day, August 10th of 2011, I have filed my UCC1 financing statement dated July 12, 2011, signed by me and notarizing on July 12, 2011, with the Secretary of State of Kentucky. I am now a secured party and the sole and private owner of a capital letter name. Please be advised you have now been notified. Signed by your signature, authorized representative. Then you write the date without prejudice. Make 2 copies, one for you to keep and one you mail to him. Now after that, you will need a copy of the above UCC1 signed and notarized, and you have to file it at your local county courthouse along with the following form. They have to be filed together. So before you file, here's what you have to file with it. The Affidavit of Reservation of Rights, UCC 1-308/1-207, first try to download. And she goes on to say, this form, by Googling it, I remember having a really hard time finding it, but eventually did. So, it's going to be a little difficult to find it, but you should be able to. At the top right of the form, fill in your particulars, name followed by the word sui juris, then your P.O. box, your suite address, and your phone number. Then at the bottom of the form where it asks you to sign it, write it like so: UCC 1-308/UCC1-207 with the number 27 in parentheses. By your signature here in purple ink without prejudice, 1746, and the number 1 in parentheses. Take this example with you to the notary, as you will have to wait until you are there with the notary to sign it. You have to sign it this way. Now after you get it notarized, you will record it along with the UCC form together. Remember, both have to be notarized and recorded together at the courthouse. She emphasized that these 2 documents must be filed every 4 years. She said all the other stuff just one time only, but these 2 forms together must be filed every 4 years. Step 6, the security agreement. This is an agreement between your capital letter name. Let me put a B there. Oops, I'm sorry. That's an L. Your capital letter name and your lowercase name. Okay, this form you have to download from the Secretary of State of Kentucky website. Fix that too. Okay. Commercial security agreement. So the state of Kentucky, or the website for the Secretary of State of Kentucky, has a security agreement, a form that you can fill out. That's interesting. Okay, I have downloaded this form and it seems pretty self-explanatory. She did not give me instructions as to how to fill it out, as she did with all the others. So for this one, your guess is as good as mine, but it does look simple enough. After filling out the other forms, after you get it all filled out, mail it back to the Secretary of State of Kentucky. Secretary of State, State of Kentucky. It's a 5-page form, but not very much to fill out. By the way, I forgot to mention the form I mentioned earlier, the hard-to-find one called the Affidavit of Registration of Rights, is super important. Get extra copies. Keep one in your wallet, one at home, one in your car. She said it's this form that gives you sovereign authority. Okay, now this is where I guess after you get all of those steps completed, which she went through, I noticed she skipped step 4 because it went from step 3 to step 4, and I did email her about that, and hopefully she will find step 4 and whatchamacallit, and send it to me or everyone else in the A4V Yahoo group. But here's the section where you would use the code 96 to discharge your bills. It's another example of accepted for value, except this is using code 96. And it says how to A4V using birth certificate. Please note this method is quite different than all the other. Let me fix that. Than all the others we are used to seeing. At the very top of whatever bill or presentment you write from the desk of the Office of Executor of State, and she has Mary Louise Doe in all capital letters for your name. Below that, starting from the left of the page, write remittance in black in capital letters. Your bond number goes here. I guess that's that registration bond number you get once you do your registered mail thing. Then you write UCC1-308/UCC1-207, the number 27 in parentheses. In the center top of the bill, write use code 96. And she has the number 96 in red ink. Draw a red circle around the number 96. The number should be in red ink too. From the circle 96, draw a vertical red line to almost near the bottom. From this line, you will draw a red rectangle at the bottom right corner of the page. But it says in the center of the page you draw from the 96. Okay, bottom of the page. Within this rectangle, you will write as follows: credit already paid in red ink. The credit already paid in red ink is in all capital letters. And then birth certificate number, that's in capital letters. And then you use your registered bond number. And hers example is 8222100042 US, and the letters are in capital letters. Then just below the rectangle, write tax ID number, and this is, I guess, she has 1 through 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is different than her registered bond number, which is also a 9-digit number. But okay, somewhere on the bill you will have your balance. Circle the word balance in red ink, and from the circled word, draw a red horizontal line straight across the page, ending at the numeric balance. So let me fix that too. She has it all misspelled. They give you also circling in red, the numeric balance. That's it. That's what she says. She says to mail the A4V bills back to the sender, not the IRS. She says when use code 96, that they know just what to do with it in order to get it credited. She says she never sent it anywhere else so far. So for example, if it's a gas bill, send it to the gas company. If it's a mortgage, send it back to the mortgage company. But if it's an IRS bill, send it to the IRS. I have 2 bills she did for me to give me a good example, but I don't know how to upload them for you. I don't have access to a scanner. She said she paid her credit cards in full this way every month after she paid the monthly balance every month this way. She Also says she paid all her utility bills this way every month, so it must be a fairly quick process. That's all I have in my notes. Hope this helps you guys. Hope it at least puts some puzzle pieces together at least. Tomorrow I'll try to post the last thing, which is how to get diplomatic immunity. If anyone tries this and it works, please be kind and share. If anyone researches any of this and finds out whether or not it has merit, please share. God bless you all. Now, when I post this up on YouTube, I know I'm going to get a lot of email messages. This is not my work. This is somebody else. And I believe that this woman knows the same woman that I knew that only gave me part of the process. Now, going through all of this and knowing all the secure party creditors, packages that are out there, this would be fairly cheap because you don't really have much to do. Well, I've been to the website in Ohio, alright, and to get your register your name. That's $50. Unless you want an expedited service, that's $100. But she said it's not necessary. Now the trademark trade name thing in Kentucky, I can't remember how much that was. I think that was another $50. So you're looking at $100 there. Your UCC 1 that you have to do in Kentucky, I think that was like $15. And so there's $115 there. Your PO box address, I think for 6 months is like $30, which isn't a bad rate, bad price for email address. Let me see. So I'm guessing, and all in all, once you do all of this, you're probably spending maybe $200 tops. And now the lady I did meet some time ago, I never met her in person. Actually, I heard her call in a talk show, and she wasn't a guest on that show. She was just a caller, and she was telling the host, the moderator, of how she was able to discharge it, and how she was just very close to getting her black card until her daughter ended up stealing her identity, and the feds had to freeze her account because her daughter was stealing money from her account, I guess from the Federal Reserve Bank and things like that. But she said she would give this information out to everyone. She didn't want any money. She wasn't asking for any money. So I contacted her. She gave me her email. She gave it out on that talk show, and so I wrote it down and I emailed her, and she sent me half of the steps here, what I just read to you. And it seems like this is the rest is the following. And as I mentioned a little bit ago, that it goes straight from step 3 to step 5. So step 4 is missing. I don't know, maybe she forgot to write step 4, but step 4 is already included. She just didn't separate it. Or she didn't label it as step 4. But yeah, basically everything here is what she told me. I got as far as step 3. And then she also sent me examples of how to do the Code 96. Because she told me I needed to open up a Gmail account, which I didn't see it listed in here, but this woman that I spoke to, which I can no longer get a hold of anymore, she said you have to have a Gmail account because a Gmail account is a business account. So I guess there you have it. I'm going to scan these documents into a JPG form. I'm not saying this is guaranteed to work, but this is another method, and how to discharge your debts, and it seems fair. It seems very credible. I mean, I went out and got a PO box office address. I went out and did the registered mail, but to my name and the birth certificate, but to my post office box address. But I didn't know. She didn't tell me in the steps she gave me, or what the few steps she gave me. She didn't say instead of writing post office box, write suite. All right. So I mean, she did say suite, but she didn't say don't use post office. So instead of putting post office, put suite number and then the box number at your post office. And so I didn't do that. I put P.O. Box, but I did the thing with the hospital. It was sent to me the first time I did a registered mail. And it was right before we were moving into this new house that we moved in now. I went to the post office, did everything like she said. Now, she did say a form 3806, but she didn't explain that I had to go to the post office and get that. She just says, this is what a form 3806 looks like, and it was just a blank sheet of paper. So I was thinking, oh, is that what a form? Okay, so I got one of those. So that's what I did. I put it in the envelope and I sent it. I think it cost me like $11 to send it registered mail. Because you don't want to add insurance. If you send yourself this letter with insurance, you're gonna end up paying over $100 to do this. And she says don't do that. Just get the registered mail for like $11. And she also said that registered number that they give you, that is your straw man social security number, and you can use that to discharge debts. But like I said, it was like after Christmas. I wasn't able to get a hold of her, no matter how many times I called her or how many times I emailed her. She never got back to me. I do know there was some kind of family things going on. At least that's what this gentleman told me when got a hold of him. So that's pretty much it. And then this one lady comes and talks about it, and she has the whole list. It looks very, very similar to what this other lady had given me. Except now I have the rest of the missing pieces. I'm just a little concerned that it went from step 3 to step 5 without showing step 4. But like I said, I'm going to scan each of these. There's 5 pages long because I had to copy it and paste it from the Yahoo thread and do it and copy and paste it to a Microsoft Word document, and then I just printed it out and I read it all to you. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do all 5 pages. I'm going to scan them into a JPG format and then upload it onto upload it to my computer, and then format this audio to this picture and make it into a video and upload it to my YouTube channel. But if any of you want this step, I'll send it to you in a Microsoft document attachment, MS Word document attachment. You can email me at rravila001@yahoo.com. It's RRAV as in Victor ILA001@yahoo.com, and just say you want the 96 doc. Okay, so in the subject line, and I'll send this to you. This is something for you to research and pursue, and like I said, I'm gonna do this again. I don't know how many times you can send yourself a registered letter, because I did it twice. The first time I wasn't here when I sent myself a letter, registered mail. It's because I was there early one day and they sent it that same day. I went to the post office to mail it. Later on that day they sent it to the new address where I am currently living at, but by that time I was still living at my old address because we weren't moving into this new house until the next day. So I was thinking, okay, so by the time we're moving in the next day, the mail would be showing up and I'll be there to receive it. But no, they sent it that same day. I went to the post office to send it, or they delivered it the same day. So I had to resend it again, registered mail. I don't know, that I might have screwed it up, but maybe we could form some kind of group or something and do this, because it seems a lot easier in gaining your secured party status and able to discharge your bills and everything like that. Credit cards, utilities. She even said mortgages. I'm assuming car payments, everything, anything and everything. Okay, well, you all have a great day, and God bless.